Good afternoon, YouTube. It's your man on Ray George page. Coming to you live on YouTube. As you know, I'm a fan of female bodybuilding, but also I'm a big fan of wrestling. And these ladies that compete in this sport, both these sports, have a difficult time financially, unless you are the lucky ones, especially in wrestling, to get an organization like WWE or AEW. It's hard, especially in independence. And I'm doing this video for this lady right here, Melissa Coates. She's been through a bad setback, and I really want to help her out. So I'm gonna tell you a quick little story here. On Tuesday, October 13th of 2020, Melissa Coates was admitted to a university in medical center in Las Vegas, Nevada, to assess a recent onset of excruciating pain in her left leg. The doctor discovered that the arteries supplying blood to her lower left leg were completely obscured by blood clots. Over the next few days, several procedures were performed in an attempt to remove the clots and thus save her leg, but though these operations were unsuccessful. Ultimately, Melissa and her doctors had to make an agonizing choice to perform a life-saving above the knee amputation of her left leg. As a result of this medical emergency, she has incurred substantial medical bills and will be out of work for a definite amount of time as she rehabs her injury. Now she's currently back home, and and she was at the hospital for a while, but she's currently back home, and she's still even if she's in great pain, she's in positive spirits. And this was a GoFundMe that was created by some friends of hers. As you know, Melissa's a professional wrestler, former bodybuilder, a model, actress. She's performed, she started a career in bodybuilding in the early 90s. Now I'm gonna give you some quick synopsis of her. Melissa was born in Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada in June the 6th, 18, June 6th, June the 18th of 1971. Sorry. And Melissa wanted to be, when she was coming up, she was into sports. She wanted to be a professional tennis player like her idol, Martina Navratilova. Now, if you know anything about Martina Navratilova, she's a legend. She has, she was from Czech Republic. She had a famous rivalry with Chris Everson, and she set records, and some of the records that Serena Williams has beaten. Now, around about 15, she started weight training, which was going to help her develop for her, tennis. So she can get muscle, so when she hit the serves, she has enough power. But after a while, she played for a little bit, and then she got into bodybuilding because she discovered how well her body was working. Her first show was 91 at the Windsor Physique, where she took first place as a lightweight. Now, she competed for a good while until she gained her pro card in 95 at the Canadian Canadian Championships. Now, for a while, she placed as first place as a middleweight. Now, for a couple of years, she sat out to work because when you get to pro, you got to do some improvements, tweak a little stuff like that. Really make just really make your body a little better. So for a while, she made her pro debut at the '96 Tana, where she took first place, at the overall. And we talked about it before. We did my interview with Rhonda Lee, that the Jan Tana Classic was one of the, standalone, one of the last standalone female bodybuilding shows. It was not connected to any male shows like how Miss Olympia is like part of Miss Olympia. How the Mr. Nashville was part of the All Sports Classic. It was its own show, and they often had it around South. They either had it in Virginia or sometimes they had it in North Carolina around Charlotte. Now, she, it's after, that same year, she competed at the '96 Miss Olympia, where she got ninth place, where she made the top 10. That's pretty good, the top 10. Next year, she competed at the '97 Miss International, where she made sixth place. And then a few months later, she competed at the Miss Olympia, but this time she got 11th. That's kind of, dropped out of the top 10 this time. Well, she took some time off, and she came back in '99, where she competed at the Miss International contest, and this time she got 13th. And that's not too good. So she decided to get out of bodybuilding, and for a time, she modeled, for a good bit. But then she decided to go into another profession, professional wrestling. Now, she was signed for a little bit with WE Entertainment, and she was training at she was training under Killer Kowalski, his school. And then, if you know Killer Kowalski is a legend, several wrestlers came out of his school, most notably China and Triple H. Now, at that time when she was at that same time, she was at the WWE Entertainment territory where she was training in Louisville, Kentucky. And she was at WWE for a minute, but then she left and started wrestling for some independents. But she came back with another organization called WVW, which was, it wasn't really WE per se, but it was WE adjacent, where she was with some future WWE stars such as Beth Phoenix and Mickey James. Well, she's there for a good while, and then eventually she left and she decided to, do the independent circuit. And for a while, she did several organizations here and there. She had titles, it's a single titles. She had tag team titles. She had pretty much success. If you there's a site on a channel on YouTube called Title Match, and I think you can probably find some of her matches. I've seen some of them on there. But around about 2014, she became a valet to ECW legend Sabu, and what she was called Super Genie. And and she did that for a while, and eventually she retired and left professional wrestling. But she still comes around. She does some shows and conventions like that. But like I said, I'm doing this because I really want to help her. And this is a difficult time because I did a video a while ago for a bodybuilder I'm a fan of remember Flex Wheeler, and he had kind of the same operation where he had amputated one of his legs. And it's difficult, being a professional wrestler. Unless you're with some organization like AEW or Impact, it's hard to try to make a living and try to pay bills, and also you don't get no benefits and just insurance stuff like that. And it's just tough on somebody like this. And she's going through a long time, especially being a woman. I shouldn't say that, but that's truthfully, yeah. And it's just I want to help her out. And I know with COVID going around, money is tight, people are not really working. But like I said, it doesn't hurt to maybe, send a few bucks, $2 or $3. And that usually that goes a long way, you know. And also, I will place her social media stuff in the description. You want to reach out, see, best wishes, send her a prayer or whatever you want. That will help her out. Sometimes, if you really tell somebody that, hey, I'm praying for you, I hope for you, that really keeps the spirits up. Because I did my video with Rhonda Lee, and she's going through cancer. I told her, yeah, I say, give my best wishes to her. And sometimes it really perks somebody's up. It really perks the spirit up, hearing people that actually care. Like I said, being a fan of both, wrestling and also bodybuilding, I really want to help this lady out. And I want to also reach out to my brothers, Reach Archer, XA Gucci 23. Y'all know her. Y'all remember her from back in the day. If y'all can share this video with friends, whoever, maybe eventually they can maybe really help her with her bills, or maybe with a little extra something, but she has something in her pocket. It's your man, All the Ways George Page. Don't subscribe. I'm out.